The situation in Uvira, a strategic city in South Kivu province along Lake Tanganyika near the Burundi border, has escalated dramatically in early December 2025. The Rwanda-backed M23 rebel group, also known as AFC M23, has launched a rapid offensive, advancing into the city's outskirts despite a US-brokered peace agreement signed just days earlier on December 4 by DRC President Felix Tshisekedi and Rwandan President Paul Kagame. This deal, hailed by US President Donald Trump as a miracle for ending hostilities, obliges Rwanda to withdraw support for armed groups like M23, but the offensive has raised accusations of violations from Kinshasa and international observers. Key events in the offensive: launch and rapid gains. December 18, 2023, supported by an estimated 6,000–7,000 Rwandan troops, RDF, according to UN experts, began the Uvira offensive on December 1. After months of relative stalemate, they captured key positions, including Kaziba, December 4, Luvungi, Kamanyola, 20 kilometers from Uvira, Sange, 25 kilometers north, and Runingo. These advances targeted Congolese Army FARDC positions, allied Wazalendo militias, and up to 18,000 Burundian troops deployed in the area since 2023. FARDC responded with airstrikes and drones, but reports indicate disorganization, desertions, and internal clashes among pro-government forces. Entry into Uvira December 9. By late December 9, M23 fighters penetrated Uvira's northern suburbs, with heavy clashes reported in surrounding areas. Witnesses describe Congolese soldiers fleeing into the city overnight, leading to looting of shops at dawn. Local authorities and civil society representatives confirmed rebel presence, though Uvira Mayor's secretary, John Kashwinze, initially denied a full takeover. DRC Foreign Ministry sources accused M23 of bombing civilian areas to sow panic and spread disinformation about capturing the city. Humanitarian impact. The UN reports over 200,000 displaced since early December, with more than 30,000 fleeing across the border to Burundi's Bujumbura, just 20–25 kilometers away, in the past week alone, averaging 8,000 arrivals daily. At least 74 people have been killed, 83 wounded, and schools, homes bombed in the fighting. Burundi views Uvira's potential fall as an existential threat, cutting off its access to DRC territory and risking broader regional escalation. Accusations against Rwanda. DRC President Tshisekedi directly blamed Rwanda for breaching the Washington peace deal, calling the offensive a deliberate push to regionalize the war beyond DRC borders toward Burundi. UN experts and analysts estimate RDF involvement has been crucial to M23's momentum, with Rwanda denying direct support but citing threats from Hutu militias linked to the 1994 genocide. Burundi's foreign ministry condemned a separate RDF incursion near its Kibitoke border town, wounding 2 civilians, including a child. International response. A chorus of global powers has condemned the escalation and demanded immediate halts. Deeply concerned by violence, Rwanda must prevent further escalation and withdraw troops. EU, France, Germany, Belgium, UK, Switzerland, Denmark joint call for M23 to halt advances and RDF to pull back from eastern DRC, threatening additional sanctions. African Union warned of balkanization risks in DRC, urged M23 withdrawal. Human Rights Watch highlighted civilian casualties, artillery abuses, and urgent protection needs. The offensive undermines ongoing Doha talks between Kinshasa and M23, which agreed to a ceasefire earlier in 2025, now violated by both sides. Analysts warn Uvira's fall, making it the last major South Kivu urban center under government control after Bukavu's February capture, could reshape trade routes, expose FARDC further, and force Burundi into deeper intervention or retreat. Current status and outlook. As of December 10 morning, Uvira remains a flashpoint, with no confirmed full M23 control, but tensions are high per on-the-ground reports from Goma. DRC government spokespeople, including Patrick Muyaya, urge caution against pro-Rwandan disinformation, amplifying panic. Social media buzz reflects divided narratives. Some celebrate M23 gains as anti-government progress, others decry it as Rwandan aggression. Broader context includes M23's parallel push toward Butembo in North Kivu, signaling no slowdown. This crisis highlights Eastern DRC's 30-year conflict over resources and ethnic tensions, with M23 controlling much of the mineral-rich Kivus. For real-time updates, monitor UN OCHA or verified outlets like Al Jazeera and AFP. If conditions worsen, expect intensified diplomatic pressure on Kigali. 1. 4. S. Rapidly ask anything.
We urge God to continue to guide us, to guide the steps of all people of goodwill who will become involved for its implementation. Committing oneself is something, but implementing is something else, which is why I call upon all of you, provide your contribution to actually implement this accord. As far as we are concerned, this agreement on regional economic integration, well, Burundi and the DRC already represent an economic community of the countries of the Great Lakes region. Burundi has a major role to play in order to indeed implement these existing cooperation agreements between the three states. We hope that together we'll be able to achieve a long-lasting peace and stability throughout the region. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us. We are pleased to welcome Rwanda's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Honorable Minister Olivier Nduhungirehe, who will brief us today following this morning's Security Council meeting on the security situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Without further ado, I invite the Honorable Minister to deliver a brief statement, after which we will open the floor for questions. Honorable Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Today, Rwanda reiterated our long-standing position before the Security Council regarding the situation in Eastern DRC and the role of MONUSCO. We remain deeply concerned, in particular, by sustained presence of the Kinshasa-backed FDLR genocidal militia. MONUSCO, whose mission was in large part to get rid of armed groups in Eastern DRC, including the FDLR genocidal militia, has failed to deliver on its mandate. But it is not too late to change course. MONUSCO can still play a positive role by supporting the ongoing African-led peace efforts. The merged Rwanda-Nairobi process, mandated by the joint EAC-SADC summit and endorsed by the African Union, offers a credible, inclusive, and regionally owned path forward. In a few days, we will commemorate the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, which stands as a permanent reminder of the importance of protecting all communities from hate, violence, and division wherever they may be. Rwanda's message today is simple. We want a political solution. We support dialogue, and we want to work together to stabilize and develop our region. I thank you. Mr. Minister? Yes, please.
Thank you for the stakeout. It's Pamela Falk from U.S. News and World Report. The UK ambassador today called for all Rwandan defense forces to leave DRC. How many of them are there now? Thank you.
There is a regional process, EAC SADC, which a way forward on how to deal with security issues and also political issues in Eastern DRC. So it's up to the region, to the Africa-led process to give us the way forward. It's not up to the United Kingdom to tell us what should be done. As for Rwanda, we have said on several occasions that we are under threat from the FDLR, under militias and forces in Eastern DRC. So we have deployed defensive measures along our border to defend ourselves against these threats. And this should not be confused with the M23, which is a Congolese movement defending a Congolese community. It's the M23 that took territories in Eastern DRC, including Goma and Bukavu. It's not Rwanda, because in Rwanda we don't take territory in Eastern DRC. We have defensive measures which are targeted, dynamic, and proportionate to the threat.
Mr. Foreign Minister, if I can follow up, Gabriel Elizondo from Al Jazeera English. Just to follow up on my colleague's question, how many troops do you have in the DRC? As you know, the DRC representative in the council claims that you have half of your entire military is in the DRC. Is that true? If not, how many troops?
Of course it's not true. I just answered to that question. I said that we should not confuse between M23 and Rwanda. M23 is a Congolese movement that took territories. It's the M23 that is in DRC because they are Congolese. Rwanda, we are defending our border with our defensive measures against the threat that was entertained for the past 30 years in Eastern DRC, namely the FDLR genocidal force and other militias and groups that are working for the Kinshasa government to overthrow the government of Rwanda, as the president of DRC clearly stated on several occasions. Yes,
Minister, Carrie Norton from Le Monde and RFI, Radio France Internationale. Can you tell us, you kept saying that you're under attack from the FDLR. Can you tell us what was the last attack from FDLR before the Goma battle? Just recently, what was the last attack from FDLR?
You know, since 2018, madam, we had... You asked me a question and I'm going to respond to you, madam. Since 2018, we had more than 20 attacks. The last one being on 26th of January, where 200 homes of Rubavu districts were deliberately targeted by the FRDC government. We had, in 2022, shelling on our territory in March, in May, and in June, with a clear objective to sabotage the holding of the Commonwealth Summit in Rwanda. And in 2019, we had, in October, 15 victims from the attack of a splinter group of the FDLR called Rud Urunana. And in 2018, we had also several attacks from June to December on our territory in southwest of the country, killing 9 people, including a young girl of 13 named Onela and a young boy of 17. So we have a threat and also attack on our territory. And in the council, I also said that just two weeks ago, we had the general, Brigadier General Ezekiel Gakwerere, who was handed over, an FDLR general, and who was involved in the genocide against the Tutsi, and then who was in FRDC uniform.
Let me rephrase. Any attack in 2024 in January before the Goma battle?
There was constant attack. I told you that for the past 20 days, the past 7 years, since 2018, we have more than 20 attacks.
What was the attack in 2024?
What kind of attack do you want me to give you, madam?
Because you keep saying you were under attack and by the FDLR, so...
Madam, we had 16 deaths. People were killed in January. 200 homes, including schools, including hospitals, by the FRDC from the Goma airport. Doesn't sound serious enough?
After the attack
After
of the
what?
border. Did it happen after or before the Goma was attacked?
Yes.
Thank you, Minister. Jessica Lemazuria from France 24. Just to clarify, because it wasn't clear to me, the UN has said that you have up to 7,000 troops in DRC. How many troops do you have? How far have they gone in? What exactly are they doing? Why are they there?
Yes, this is the third time that we'll respond to this question. We don't have troops in Rwanda. We have defensive measures to deal with the threat coming from Eastern DRC, mainly by the DRC-backed FDLR and other groups that have consistently attacking our territory. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.